Hi, my name is Lucas Hoshino, and I work at the International Office. I'm in charge of the Global Village. The Global Village is a multicultural, multilingual event space where we do many different activities that today I would like to introduce to you. So, first, I'd like to get started by talking about what is Global Village. Then we'll look at what can you get from participating in Global Village. We'll follow this with an introduction to our activities, and finally we'll take a look at our homepage. So, where is Global Village? This is a picture of Iwate University's campus, and Global Village is located in Student Center B, right where this arrow is pointing. Here's an image of the map of Student Center B, and here you can see the free space in red. The free space is just like the name implies, a space where students can use it freely to study or talk with their friends, eat lunch, and so on. And if you turn left right here at this corner, you'll see this room. This room is Global Village. This is where we do most of our events. The events are generally held in Global Village or in the multi-purpose room, or Tamoktekishitsu, located right next to Global Village. And here is a QR code you can scan to find the Google Map location if you ever get lost. So, what is Global Village? Well, Global Village was established in April of 2016 and is ran by the Iwate University International Education Center. And I, as staff of the International Office, am in charge of it. The Global Village has participants from all over different communities. It has Japanese students, international students, staff and faculty, as well as even people from the community. Everyone is welcome. The purpose of these events that we hold here is to expand the horizons and broaden the perspectives of our participants. And there are four main kinds of events that we do. They are cross-cultural events, hands-on activities, language activities, and lectures. So now I'd like to introduce one of each kind of event. So for the cross-cultural events, we have Let's Play Games, which is just like the name implies, a game event where students get together and chat with each other, getting to know each other and enjoy playing games. For language activities, we have Let's Learn Korean. This is an event done by one of our graduate students who is Korean himself, and he teaches us some basic Korean phrases and pronunciation. For a hands-on activity, we have Ikebana Workshop, where one of the staff in the international office teaches us how to do our own Ikebana, or Japanese flower arrangement. And for a lecture event, we have this How to Survive Winter in Iwate event held in November for our international students and even Japanese students who are new to Iwate, because the winters in Iwate are quite cold, and there's a lot of advice and a lot of things you should be careful about when surviving winter in Iwate. Especially, you have to be careful about preventing your pipes from freezing. So, what can you get from joining these events? Well, you can, both international students and Japanese students, can interact with each other here. This is a free, open area where you can get to meet people from all over. You can meet people that you wouldn't have been able to meet otherwise. You can meet people from outside of your department, outside of your research. This is a great way to bring people together and enjoy their time. You can also gain a new understanding from both participating in the lectures and just interacting with your fellow peers. You can gain a new understanding that you couldn't have elsewhere. And finally, this is a place where you can improve yourself. You can raise your own skill. You can learn skills and languages. You can gain perspectives. All these things the Global Village can provide for you. So now I'd like to introduce four of our regularly occurring events. They are All in English, Nihongo Cafe, Staff All in English, and Nihao Chinese Workshop. So first, All in English. This is an English conversation event that is held at lunchtime from 12:20 to 12:50 on Tuesdays. Now this event is done in pairs with a topic on the whiteboard or TV, and any level of English is okay. After about 10 minutes, we change groups so you can talk with a new person. This way you can meet a lot of different people, and for those who are comfortable with English, they can stick to English and meet new people. And for those who want to challenge themselves or try new, more advanced English, this is also good for them. But if you're not confident in your English, that's okay too, because this pair activity, it's easy for you and your partner to find a rhythm of English conversation that works for both of you. So any level is okay. Here's an example of the types of questions that we sometimes have for topics or themes for All in English. Next, I'd like to introduce Nihongo Cafe. This is very similar to All in English, but it's in Japanese, and it's also going to be done in groups. Similarly, this event has a topic or a theme that is pre-decided, and you will talk about that topic or theme in your group. After 10 minutes, you'll change groups so that way you can meet a lot of different people. And it's okay, any level of Japanese is okay. If you're still a beginner at Japanese or you're fluent in Japanese, you can always find a place here in Nihongo Cafe. If you are worried, for example, for some Japanese students, they don't necessarily need Japanese practice. However, this can be a good opportunity to practice using easy Japanese or to practice using Japanese that can be more easily understood by international students or foreigners like myself. You'll have to find a way to rephrase certain things that aren't easily understood that perhaps you didn't expect. Here's an example of one of the questions or one of the themes that we have at Nihongo Cafe. Next is Staff All in English. Staff All in English is an event that is more discussion-based and is done all in English. This event, while its names is Staff All in English, undergraduate students and graduate students are all welcome to join too, international students as well, of course. So this is an event where we use these question cards that have questions on the back of them. So for example, this was a friends topic. You'll choose a topic that you're interested in talking about, flip the card over, and read the question. The final regular event I'd like to introduce is Ni Hao Chinese Workshop. This is an event done in Japanese about Chinese. You can learn some easy Chinese phrases and some Chinese culture by joining in this event. It's okay if you have no background or no prior knowledge of Chinese because this event is very suitable for beginners. And it's also suitable for those at Iwata University who are studying Chinese. You can meet the Chinese students at a university and practice using the Chinese you know to have a conversation. I myself joined this event and I learned how to introduce myself, count, and say my birthday. I think it's a very nice way to try a new language. These are sometimes lecture, but there's a lot of opportunity for you to use the language yourself. And sometimes we even go outside and play games together in Chinese. It's a very fun opportunity and I really recommend it. So next I'm going to show you some of the special events that we do. This is Ikebana Workshop, which I introduced earlier. This event, it does require a reservation and 1,000 yen for the flowers, but the flowers are yours to keep and you can do your own Japanese flower arrangement under the guidance of one of our international office staff members who has a license in teaching Ikebana. We've done events for calligraphy. This was an event for the calligraphy to celebrate the new year. In April, we've also done some cherry blossom viewing events where Japanese students and international students went around campus and looked at all the various kinds of cherry blossom trees we have here. We've done more physical activities too, like belly dance workshop, where students can move their body and take a break from sitting down and studying and do something more active. We've done VR events too. VR events are a good opportunity for you to experience the scenery and the view from different parts of the world without having to go yourself. So for example, if you want to see what it's like in another country, or if you're from another country and you want to see images of home, both cases are great for this VR experience event. This was an international study abroad report where students went abroad, Japanese students went abroad and came back and gave a report about how it was. They talked about how do they prepare, how was it actually different from their expectations, and what they would recommend you to do. So if you are interested in studying abroad, I greatly recommend these events to you. This Tanabata event was a nice celebration of the Tanabata Star Festival where students drew pictures, they made origami, they put their own wishes up, and even sang together. Here we have a Chinese traditional dance taught by one of our international students. She was very good at Chinese traditional dance and offered to do an activity for us. And we also have not just the more fun events, we also have some more serious events as well, like the English speech contest, where students can challenge themselves and try to use English not in just a conversational way, but also in a professional more serious fashion. And as I introduced earlier, this is Let's Learn Korean. We do, of course, many events in English and Japanese. We use some in Chinese as well, and we're constantly trying to add new languages as well. And this was one of our newest languages, a Korean event taught in Japanese about the language and culture of Korea. This was English Rakugo, where an English a Rakugoka who speaks both Japanese and English performed for us in English and explained the various nuances and the stories in English and in Japanese. It was a very rare and very special occasion. This was an event about origami where students can just enjoy doing origami and talking with each other. And finally, we have a Halloween party. We try and do some parties occasionally to provide an opportunity for students to just get to know each other and enjoy their college life. So we do a lot of different events, and we are really hoping that you'll join us. The last event sort of that I would like to introduce is English Time. English Time is a free one-on-one English practice where you can schedule a meeting with one of the 3 or 4 teachers you see. So there's a QR code to take you to this site called Reserva. And you can reserve to have an English one-on-one session with any of the teachers that you see there. This is a free service for the students of Iwate University, and I greatly recommend it. Now, the last thing I'd like to introduce before I finish this up is our Global Village app. This is not something you need to download on your phone, but this is just an application that we have where you can, when you join the events, we need you to enter your student ID. So when you see the screen, you can either choose English or Japanese, input your student ID number, uh, choose whether you are okay with your pictures being taken and whether or not you would like to join the Global Village mailing list, where some of the pictures as well as the event information will be sent to you about once a month. So after doing that, you've registered. We ask that you do this every time you join an event, so that way we can keep track of who's joining which events. Okay, the last thing I'd like to show you is our Global Village homepage. This homepage, you can find it by scanning the QR code here, which we have on all of our posters. You can see all sorts of important information about Global Village. For example, in the upper left corner, you can see the calendar. On the right, you can see the social media sites that we have or that we use. And in the middle, you can see the information for each of the events that we do. Now, clicking on the calendar on the upper left corner will give you a full view of that month's calendar, where you can see all of the events that will be going on that month. So to wrap this all up, I'd like to just tell you that Global Village is a place where we do all sorts of different events, and you are welcome to come to all of them. These events have support in both Japanese and in English, and you are always welcome to join. And these events, most of the events, you can join in the middle. It's okay if you can't make the start time, and you can come 10 minutes late or 15 minutes late. And it's okay if you need to leave before the end of the event as well. So to summarize, well, the summary, if you see this QR code, please scan it. This QR code will show you our homepage. It's where all the information is. All you need to know is over there. So once again, thank you for listening. This has been the Global Village Orientation, and we are located in Student Center B, first floor, right next to the International Office. My name is Lucas Hoshino. We also have 2 Global Village staff members, Itsuki and Ryoko, and we are looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.